Subscribe to the MTL World at Middle World 1 YouTube channel. Swallowed Star 2, Land of Origin. Volume 11, The Xuanhuan Blade Dao. Chapter 410, Attention. 25th of Volume 11. Translator, Shadow Knight AK. Editor, Shadow Knight AK. Lord Negu currently resided on the 10th level of the Abyss of Destruction. Lord Negu, with deep cyan skin, looked up as Luo Feng descended, a faint smile playing on his lips. Luo Feng, I have been waiting for you for a long time. Negu, you've already reached the 10th level. Luo Feng replied casually. After having descending through the Abyss of Destruction level by level, encountering various forms of destructive power, he found the levels occupied by practitioner lords relatively easy to navigate. It's all thanks to that Wu Jin Xuanhuan ancestor, Lord Negu sighed. His seizure of the 18th level from Kafusho sparked a chaotic battle, allowing us to advance as well. The Abyss of Destruction rarely undergoes such changes. Luo Feng nodded in agreement. The occupiers benefited from the assistance of Realm Envoys, making it nearly impossible to change the established order unless one possesses overwhelming power like Luo Feng or the Wu Jin Xuanhuan ancestor. I've sensed the Abyss of Destruction carefully, Luo Feng asked, has Mogusi disappeared? After losing the 18th layer, Kafusho bullied the weakened Mogusi. Mogusi, relentlessly pursued by Xingmeng, had less than 10% of his life force remaining and couldn't withstand Kafusho. In his weakened state, Mogusi is temporarily unqualified to compete for any level, Lord Negu said with a smile. Luo Feng listened with satisfaction. The entire practitioner faction harbored hostility toward Mogusi. Yet, looking across the vast infinite Xuanhuan space, Mogusi, a master of the highest level soul power, has only one true nemesis, Lord Xingmeng. Most other factions preferred to avoid antagonizing him. Mogusi cared nothing for resources, only for the souls of the weak. This made him tolerable to other powers. Moreover, Mogusi is immortal, his strength can be ranked among the top 10, rivaling figures like the infinite serpent Xuanhuan ancestor, Bingfeng ancestor, and Yuan. With no attachments to hold him back, who can even dare to provoke him? Even in his weakened state, few dared to seize his chaos destruction realm, fearing retaliation once Mogusi recovered. Only the solitary Kafusho dared to openly challenge him. Mogusi is truly terrifying, Lord Negu lamented, he wields the highest level of soul power. In the past, no Xuanhuan ancestor or lord could threaten him. Our practitioner faction suffered endless hardships. During the most brutal period, over 1/10 of our origin worlds were infiltrated by his power, and countless souls were devoured. Luo Feng remained silent, his heart heavy with dread. The souls of living beings in over 1/10 of the entire faction's origin worlds had been devoured, which was a catastrophe that no lord could tolerate. Even Xingmeng's pursuit of him is arduous, Lord Negu continued, they must scour the entire space-time continuum for traces of his presence, and even then, they can only temporarily weaken him. He will inevitably return. Luo Feng felt utterly helpless. The highest level of soul power. Its influence could lurk within the bodies of every living being below the Xuanhuan ancestor level. What could he, Luo Feng, possibly do? The sheer vastness of the infinite Xuanhuan space and its teeming life rendered him powerless. If our practitioner faction could produce a lord who masters the soul path, perhaps we could finally counter him, Lord Negu thought. It's too difficult, Luo Feng said, shaking his head, not even a single ultimate God King Realm soul path practitioner has ever been born. The complete soul path didn't even exist within the great Tao contained in the origin core of the origin world, leaving no direct reference point. Historically, there had been 93 semi-Xuanhuan fusion path practitioners, but not a single ultimate God King Realm soul path practitioner. And even the ultimate God King Realm soul path remained vastly distant from the Xuanhuan level soul path. Negu, I need you to arrange all the Realm Envoys to attack me simultaneously to aid my cultivation, Luo Feng said. Very well, Lord Negu replied, immediately mobilizing the Realm Envoys to surround and attack Luo Feng. Although Lord Negu, like Lord Jin, had once been a calamity-class practitioner, he eagerly befriended Luo Feng. He also understood that Luo Feng, who broke through with force, might be his greatest asset in obtaining the Xuanhuan ancestor bloodline. Lord Negu would befriend anyone who could help him acquire the Xuanhuan ancestor bloodline. Lord Jin, however, remained far more aloof. Their paths reflected their natures. One, the Xuanhuan bloodline path, sought to fully encompass all Xuanhuan ancestor bloodlines. On the other hand, the other, the Xuanhuan destruction path, is driven by an overwhelming desire for destruction. The 11th level of the Abyss of Destruction is occupied by the Pu Zhi Ancestor, the third most powerful member of the Ice Peak faction. Despite his slender frame, Pu Zhi Ancestor possessed an unyielding spirit. His combat prowess rivaled that of Lord Momen, Lord Jin, and Lord Mingwang, and his formidable physique gave him a slight edge in overall strength. Pu Zhi Ancestor also had the worst relationship with the Bingfeng Hunyuan Ancestor among the 12 immortal beings of the Ice Peak faction. Lord Luo Feng, Pu Zhi Ancestor greeted Luo Feng courteously. My Pu Zhi clan has always maintained excellent relations with your practitioner faction. Yuan is a dear friend of mine. You are welcome to visit my clan's territory anytime. Thank you, Pu Zhi Ancestor, Luo Feng replied. He also knew that among the 12 immortal beings of the Ice Peak faction, Pu Zhi Ancestor and Xuanhuan had the closest ties to the practitioner faction, both sharing deep friendships with Yuan. After all, Xuanhuan's ascension to immortality status is even linked to Yuan's influence, a debt that forged an extraordinary bond between them. The primary reason for Pu Zhi Ancestor's amicable relations with the practitioner faction stemmed from the intense rivalry between the Pu Zhi clan and the Ice Peak clan. As the two most powerful clans within the Ice Peak faction, they clashed fiercely over resources. Do you need realm envoys to besiege you? Pu Zhi Ancestor chuckled smiled. He had also observed Luo Feng's past movements in the Chaos Destruction realm, where he had endured sieges lasting 1 or 2 epochs. 1 or 2 epochs will be enough. Sorry for the trouble, Luo Feng replied. Pu Zhi Ancestor nodded and immediately dispatched realm envoys to begin the siege with a thought. The 12th, 13th, and 14th levels of the Abyss of Destruction are occupied by Lord Mingwang, Lord Jin, and Lord Momen, respectively. As members of the practitioner faction, they naturally cooperated fully. Be careful from now on, Lord Momen warned, starting with the 15th level, you'll likely face continuous battles. Luo Feng nodded. I know. A burning battle intent flared in Luo Feng's eyes. The deeper he went, the more terrifying his opponents would become. For a battle-loving warrior like Luo Feng, ever since becoming a lord, every truly challenging fight had become a precious treasure. I will cherish each and every opponent, Luo Feng vowed, his gaze blazing with fervor. Whoosh! Luo Feng directly traversed space-time, plunging deeper into the Abyss of Destruction. The 15th level of the Abyss of Destruction was shrouded in endless darkness, ruled by the Nirvana Hunyuan Ancestor, ranked among the top 3 of the innate Hunyuan lifeform faction. Luo Feng. A massive sphere of black light coalesced, revealing a vaguely humanoid figure within, its form shifting between man and avian. Nirvana Hunyuan Ancestor, Luo Feng replied, meeting his gaze. I've observed your journey through the Abyss of Destruction, the Nirvana Hunyuan Ancestor said. You don't seek thorough exploration, but rather need each level's realm envoys to besiege you. Exploration. Luo Feng's primary concern was the destructive power of each level. As for exploration, he knows that greater opportunities lays deeper within the abyss. There was no need to waste time exploring the shallower Chaos Destruction realm. Nirvana Hunyuan Ancestor, would you command all realm envoys to attack me? Luo Feng asked. Even though my true body isn't here, the Nirvana Hunyuan Ancestor's voice echoed across the world, yet you, a mere practitioner lord, dare ask for my assistance. What a joke. Luo Feng nodded with a smile. Then I'll have to force your cooperation. Try it, the Nirvana Hunyuan Ancestor said confidently, even without my true body, you can't harm me. Oh. Luo Feng extended his hand, and the void-severing blade materialized in his grasp. Although he had ventured through many levels of the Chaos Destruction realms and even obtained 6 weapons of destruction in his battles with realm envoys, none surpassed the void-severing blade in power or possessed any truly unique properties. HMPH, the Nirvana Hunyuan Ancestor sneered, his thoughts instantly summoning 260 purple flying beasts. Each purple flying beast was covered in dense, violet scales etched with countless secret patterns. Resembling living weapons, they channeled a portion of the highest level destructive power, radiating terrifying power. Simultaneously, the Nirvana Hunyuan Ancestor split his essence into black light, which descended upon each beast. Generally, the Hunyuan Ancestors typically imbued themselves with power of Chaos Destruction realm or concentrated it into groups of realm envoys. However, Nirvana Hunyuan Ancestor's true body was not here at this moment, but his power instead was amplifying his realm envoys. The Nirvana Hunyuan Ancestor excelled in the highest level powers, darkness power, and death power. The combined power of these two is known as annihilation power, capable of targeting both physical bodies and souls, making it an exceptionally dangerous power. Despite not achieving immortality status, his position among the top 3 powers in the innate Hunyuan lifeform faction demonstrated the extraordinary nature of his power. Kill. 260 Realm Envoy flying beasts, each imbued with annihilation power, and fearless in their attacks, besieged Luo Feng. Combined, these Realm Envoys already possessed 80 to 90% of the Nirvana Xuanhuan Ancestor's true strength. Now, amplified by annihilation power, they surpassed even the Nirvana Xuanhuan Ancestor's full true body and power. PFFT. Two flying beasts pierced the air with their razor-sharp claws, tearing through Luo Feng's blood-colored robes and sending ripples across the fabric. Luo Feng sensed the damage from these attacks, and casually retaliated. His blade flashed like silk threads, effortlessly slicing through dozens of purple flying beasts. This caused the Nirvana Xuanhuan Ancestor, who had empowered the beasts, to pale. Even with my amplification, these Realm Envoys are so fragile before him. The Nirvana Xuanhuan Ancestor thought in disbelief. PFFT. Luo Feng wasn't even using his full strength. He merely studied the mysteries of the destructive power in the attacks while testing his counterattacks. Yet, large number of flying beasts plummeted from the sky. These Realm Envoys, amplified by my power, are now slightly stronger than my true body. Yet they have no resistance against Luo Feng. The Nirvana Xuanhuan Ancestor trembled inwardly. The blade's light appeared restrained, yet it was utterly indestructible, capable of cleaving through anything. At its touch, everything was instantly severed in two. Luo Feng frowned and gazed at the dozen or so purple flying beasts scattered around him. Nirvana Xuanhuan Ancestor, Luo Feng said, I request that you command all Realm Envoys to launch a full-scale attack on me. I need them to maintain this attack for at least 1 or 2 epochs. If you refuse to cooperate, I'll have no choice but to forcibly seize this Chaos Destruction realm. Luo Feng had no interest in claiming dominion over this Chaos Destruction realm. I am powerless to resist, the Nirvana Xuanhuan Ancestor replied. I will cooperate. At that moment, the Nirvana Xuanhuan Ancestor realized that practitioner Lord Luo Feng possessed a surprisingly reasonable temperament. Despite his overwhelming power, he hadn't simply seized the Chaos Destruction realm. The Nirvana Xuanhuan Ancestor ceased amplifying the Realm Envoy's power. With a single thought, he commanded them to launch a relentless attack 6. Whenever a Realm Envoy fell, its power would immediately coalesce into a new one, ensuring an endless stream of attackers. Luo Feng remained immersed in his cultivation, paying no further attention to the Nirvana Xuanhuan Ancestor. This Luo Feng doesn't even consider me a threat anymore, the Nirvana Xuanhuan Ancestor thought, his emotions complex. As one of the top 3 innate Xuanhuan lifeform faction members, he had claimed greater depths in the abyss of destruction than most. Those who had surpassed him are universally recognized as being among the top 10. What? The Nirvana Xuanhuan Ancestor was so easily defeated by Lord Luo Feng. Even if it wasn't his true body, with the combined power of the Realm Envoys, he shouldn't have been so vulnerable. Several powerful beings had witnessed the clash between Luo Feng and the Nirvana Xuanhuan Ancestor. The practitioner lords, along with Xuanhuan ancestors Ryu, Wugu, and others, were already on the 15th level of the abyss of destruction. A clash between two such powerful beings at this depth was bound to attract attention. Lord Luo Feng's strength has surpassed even his performance during the war between the two factions. The Nirvana Xuanhuan Ancestor wasn't using his true body. His power was limited. From the 16th level onward, everything will change. The occupiers there are all ranked among the top 10, and every one of them is using their true bodies. A true body combined with a Realm Envoy is nearly unbeatable unless there's a massive disparity in power or they are completely restrained. Otherwise, victory is impossible. Many Xuanhuan ancestors observed the battle, eagerly anticipating even greater clashes to come. The 7 practitioner lords also noticed the improvement in their companion Luo Feng's strength. Luo Feng, have you already comprehended the second Xuanhuan Dao? Yuan asked excitedly through telepathy. Not yet. I've merely grasped a form of destructive power, Luo Feng replied. Yuan was still surprised. 2 different types of highest level power, when combined effectively, could unleash tremendous power. Luo Feng possessed a Xuanhuan level Dao paired with destructive power, giving him a far more robust foundation. Moreover, his powers life and destruction complemented each other perfectly for combat. Luo Feng was attracting more and more attention. Luo Feng. On the 16th level of the abyss of destruction. Kafusho currently held dominion over this level. Clad in white battle armor, Kafusho's gaze pierced through space-time, focusing on Luo Feng cultivating on the 15th level. His eyes burned with unprecedented fervor. A solitary figure, Kafusho is renowned as the most battle-hungry warrior in the infinite Xuanhuan space. Combat is the greatest joy in his long life. A fierce, exhilarating battle is Kafusho's ultimate dream. Luo Feng, the 16th level won't be so easy to conquer. Kafusho already anticipated the imminent clash with growing excitement. Blank. End of chapter. Subscribe to MTL World at World 1 YouTube channel.